everyone, today we're going to make fritters, courgette fritters. So I'll show you what we're going to need. Your courgettes. I put garlic and onion in. You want 1 egg. Whatever spices you want. I've got salt, white pepper, a bit of paprika and a bit of coriander in. We want plain white flour. I've just got a cupful here. It just depends how wet your courgettes are and how much you can squeeze out of them. Some cooking oil. I'm going to grate them with my mixer instead of by hand. If I've only got a small one to do, I normally do it by hand. So I'll get started. I'll put this camera down and we'll get started with it. Right, I'll get this onion peeled. And chopped. Right. That should do. Going to crush my garlic and I'm going to put it through the press. I'm just going to get the coating off. This coating, look, that's just come off on my hand. Just, it will go through the press with that on, but I just get most of it off. And we have the press up. I'll just put that in there. Onions. This is just to make it easier to go through the machine. When I grate them by hand, I don't bother cutting them up, I just grate them. So we're just taking the tops off and the bottoms off. I'll leave the skin on. That one should go straight through. And so should that one. Got the machine. Put it on. courgettes grated. Right, I'm going to get a clean tea towel. Kitchen roll's alright if you're not squeezing it out, if you just kind of, after you've drained it, you're just trying to soak it up. Right. And then squeeze. I see it coming out. I have made things by just leaving it to drain. It takes a while for it to drain. I found it's better because I freeze a lot for the winter, and I found that when they defrost, all the water comes, the liquid that was in them comes with it. So if you defrost them in a colander, then when it's defrosted, it's about ready, and you don't have to really do much squeezing. So there we are, look. I'm going to put that in with the onions, like that. I think I might do another one, and then the rest that's in here will go into the freezer. They stick to your hands, see? It's a bit fiddly. Really, I ought to have squeezed it over somewhere else, not back into here, but it would mean moving the camera, and I'm a bit lazy. It is hot, another hot day, and I don't do well when it's really hot. Right, that's it. I'll put that with the onion and we'll move on to the next step. So now, whatever spices you want. So that's paprika. We quite like paprika in our house. A bit of pepper, tiny bit of salt. Oops, that might have been a bit much, but never mind. Right, just get a fork. I'll be back in a second. That's the only thing I've not got out is the fork, and then we mix it round. And now we have to put an egg in it, and that is putting moisture back in. So you want to have quite a lot of courgettes and onions to one egg, otherwise it all ends up soggy again. So I could have done with a bit bigger bowl than this, but try and mix it up well, otherwise all the spices end up in one place. It don't matter about whisking it first, and then again you've got to mix it well and get some egg on all your courgette. Now if by this stage, oops, you're really sloppy and you've got liquid in the bottom, you haven't squeezed out your courgettes enough. And sometimes when you're in a hurry and can't be bothered, you cut corners and then you don't do it properly. Now we need the flour. So for this mix, I don't think I need this full one. I normally do it in a bigger bowl than this and do a lot more. This is why I spill it all over everywhere. So now you've just got to put enough flour in to just kind of soak up the liquid that you've just put in with the egg. So it doesn't need to be sloppy at all. It needs to be, as well, not dry, because it's not going to be a dry thing. But if you get too much liquid, then your courgette fritters will be a bit soggy in the middle when you've cooked them. I think that's it. I don't think, well, we might just need a little bit more. But you don't want too much, because you've got to cook this flour out, otherwise you'll taste the flour. So you want a hot pan, but not too hot, because the insides have to cook. So you've just got to do it slowly. So hot when you put it in, and then turn it down, so it just cooks steady till it's all brown on one side. Right, I'm just going to get my pan switched on and the oil put in. You don't need too much. You can deep fat fry them. We have done deep fat fried ones before, but I'm trying to healthy now. So we have it on full, and the dogs are barking because my husband's just come home, so just ignore them, put them in the back, but you can still hear them. Right, just got to get this bit of oil hot, and then we'll put the fritters in. Right, I think that's about ready. So just get a spoonful of fritter. That's not quite ready, it's not sizzling, but I'm going to squish that down in a minute when it gets a bit hotter. I've not got it hot enough, so it wants to sizzle when you put it in. And it's starting to sizzle now, and I've just squashed it down to be thin, like that. And then once I've got them all in, I'll turn the pan down and just cook them slowly till the bottom is brown. Here we are, they're all in. I'm going to turn it down now to a medium, so they'll keep frying, but they won't fry too fast because the insides have got to cook. So we'll come back when they're done, and you'll know when they're done when you get your spatula, and you can just move them and they move on their own. Right, I think they should be about brown on the side, so turn them over. These went in a little bit later, so right. The middle one went in last, so probably leave that a little bit longer. There we are. So now do the same again. Leave them on a low heat, oh, medium to low, not too low, until the other sides are brown, and then they're done.
Oh, she's only never eat it as well.
Here we are. With that's what's draining out of the bottom, even though I squeezed a load out as well. This lot is going in the freezer. I've run out of freezer bags, so it's got to go in this plastic container.
You didn't tell her husband to buy any?
No, I forgot to tell him. He's just come back from
That's good.
Tesco's or any other supermarket
available.
So
Radio 1.
what I'm not using today will go in the freezer to use over the winter. So let's find a spoon and let's get it put in this container. Now, slow process, very boring, watching me put this in a container.
Boring.
So we'll be back when we see if the courgettes have. Just turn that one over. I think just needs a little bit longer. Right, I think they're done. Maybe a smidgen longer. Yeah, just a little bit longer. And then they'll be ready to go on the plate.